Okay, this is the Omida GMS type veterinary anesthesia machine. I'm going to run through some features of this machine real quick here. For starters, it uses a Tech 5 ISO vaporizer, and you can put a SIVO on here as well. And the neat thing about this vaporizer is that you flip this switch in the back and this vaporizer will lift off and you can send it in to have it serviced or put a SIVO vaporizer on and use SIVO. And that just sits on a manifold square. You push that down and turn it and it's locked in place. To turn this vaporizer on, you squeeze this back bar on the back of the dial here, and then you turn it 1 through 5 here. This is the fill port. This is a funnel fill. This is where you would fill the vaporizer. This is your sight glass here. Shows you how much agent is in your vaporizer. And this little end here, this little key, has a little hexagon end on it, and you can put that in this fitting here on the vaporizer, and you can loosen it up and drain the vaporizer whenever you are in need of draining it. The rebreathing bag arm is kind of nice. It swings around. You can put it in a variety of different positions here, and you can also grab the machine by this rebreathing bag arm and pull the machine around by it. It's very strong. It's very tough. Let's show the flow meter here. Flow meter 0 to 4 liters max, and the nice thing about this flow meter is that it has a dedicated stop so that you cannot over tighten the flow meter and damage the needle and seat. This button here is your flush valve, and this switch here, this little toggle switch, is a Bain circuit switch, and what you can do is you can direct the anesthetic gas to go either into the absorber. So when the switch is pointing towards the absorber, the anesthetic gas goes into the absorber. And then when you flip it over to this side, pointing to this bubble barb, it would go into a Bain circuit. So now you can leave this Bain circuit hooked up to the machine all the time and just switch between the two. Real nice. No more disconnecting hoses or anything like that. To access the absorber canister, you have a handle in the back here that you would flip, and it drops the base, the bottom of the absorber down, and then you can easily remove the absorber canister. This is a one-piece canister. Gaskets don't fall off of it. Gaskets don't fall out of the top of the absorber here. It's a good durable Lexan plastic and virtually lasts forever. The other nice thing is you can put a pre-pack absorber canister in here, or with the screen in place, just use loose fill. You put that in back in place, flip this lever back, it'll go over like a little hump, click into place, seals up nice and tight, very easy to operate. The pop-off valve, this knob here, with it turned all the way out, your pop-off valve is open. You turn it in to increase the pressure. It will only go up to 20 centimeters of water pressure because it has a high pressure safety relief valve, this device here, where when it gets up to 20, it automatically opens up and relieves. Unfortunately, users will sometimes leave the pop-off valve closed and overpressure the animal and not even realize it, so this just opens up at 20 to prevent all of that from happening. There's a knob on top here where if you had hooked a ventilator up to this absorber in the back here, you can switch from the rebreathing bag to the ventilator with a flip of a switch. And when you switch to the ventilator, it takes the pop-off valve out of the circuit and then utilizes the pop-off valve that's located in the base of the ventilator. So that's pretty much it on this machine. These are great working machines. They last a good long time. Very few problems, if any. I can't say enough about them. And it's great for leak checking your system as well too. And I'll give you an example here. Flip the switch over to the Bain circuit barb here and run your flow meter up to a liter, and just plug this off. And if that ball drops down past 500, that tells you that the plumbing and the circuitry on this is pretty leak tight. Now what you can also do to leak check your vaporizer is turn your vaporizer on, cover that barb again, and that ball starts to drop ever so slowly, because now you're filling up the vaporizer itself. And just make sure that that drops down to 500 cc's, and it will if it's leak tight. And when you let up on that, you can hear that big rush of gas come out, telling you that it's holding pressure well. If your fill cap was loose, or you had a bad gasket on that, or if there was a leak in this vaporizer somewhere, that bulb will not drop down to 500 cc's, and I could tell you you have a leak somewhere, possibly in your vaporizer. So that's a nice quick way to leak check the machine, the plumbing in your vaporizer. You can also check for gas coming out. Say you think the vaporizer is not putting out anesthetic agent, just flip it over to the Bain circuit side and just basically take a little smell here and see if ISO's coming out. And nice little feature to have. You can also hook up a line here and run it to a chamber or a tank, where you can anesthetize typically cats and small animals down that way. So it's a great little hookup to do that as well.